Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Anna, and I'm from Panasonic marketing team. Thank you for joining us for this session where we are going to discuss key trends and solutions in the studio production. And to begin with, I'd like to show you a short video.
We have witnessed the growing importance of the broadcast and media industry as a medium for information, communication, and entertainment.
Our customers no longer have to adapt to the product. Instead, it is a product that adapts to our customers' environment and needs.
Our product portfolio consists of a wide array of technologies that work seamlessly together, offering true glass-to-glass solutions. To support our partners, Smart Life Production reflects our mission to create more value for our customers, focus on one single task only.
So that was a brief introduction on some topics that we are going to cover in this session. And I'm happy to be joined by the guests today, whom I would like to introduce to you. Welcome to Olga Kepič, Executive Director at the RTS Serbia. Hi, Olga. How are you doing today?
Hi. It's okay. We are sunny. We have a sunny morning, and it's great.
That's great. Unfortunately, we don't have it here in Germany, but hopefully at some point. I'm also happy to be joined by Felix Moschkau, who is a Product and Project Manager at KST Moschkau Innovation Center. Hi, Felix. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Also, welcome to Guilhem Krier, Head of Business Development at Panasonic. Hi, Guilhem. How are you doing?
Hi, so far, so good. Everything under control.
Well, let's start then the session. And over the past few months and past years, studio production has undergone a significant change and transformation. And Olga, I know that RTS Serbia has been no exception. And you have the new installation and the new studio being built at your site. Maybe you could give us a little bit of an overview and on the project and what was done.
Actually, in 2019, we bought 30 cameras from Panasonic, AKHC 5000. It's a studio camera, and we had a lot of experience with DNG cameras because we decided in 1990s to use DVC Pro as our standard. So we had a lot of experience with DNG cameras, but no experience with studio cameras. In 2018, we started broadcasting in HD. So all the signal from all studios were unfortunately up converted because most of the equipment was HD ready, but cameras were not. So we decided to buy cameras for 4 of our studios. And the big challenge was that studios were very different. We had one studio is a new studio, and we were thinking about robotized pedestals, automation, big screens, and so on. The other studio is for morning programs, for talk shows, and big screens, and augmented reality we were thinking about in that studio. And of course, we had 2 production studios where we have music shows, quiz shows, and other entertainment programs. So there we were thinking about moving headlights and big screens and things like that. So it was a challenge to find camera that will satisfy all this and to stay in the budget. And of course, we were very keen to have the same camera in all studios because from operational side, it is much more easier. So we have a discussion in our maintenance department that we needed very good support from manufacturer of the equipment. So actually we have a very good experience with Panasonic support because we are working with them almost 20, 30 years. So we have very good experience. Since we are a public broadcaster, we had public procurement, and Panasonic was the one that gave us the best offer and fulfilled all the technical specifications. So now we are proud owner of 30 Panasonic AK HC5000 cameras. We had a lot of things to do in past year, and during the pandemic, everything was fast forwarded. We needed a little remote production, little automation. So we did some project as robotized pedestals, and now we are in process of installing augmented reality set. And of course, we are now thinking about that 4K studio that we are going to do, and we are also working in IP in audio first, because we think it is easier in audio, and of course we are thinking about IP also in video production, but a little later, because the main problem, of course, is the education of people, of engineers. We have a broadcast engineer on one side that don't know much about IT, and IT engineers that don't know much about broadcast. So we have to educate both sides. So this is what we are working at now.
Classic situation.
Yeah. But it's great to hear that you went with Panasonic for the installation, for the studio. Thank you for the choice. Felix, over to you now. Few months with the pandemic surging around the world, the demand for virtual production and remote production has increased significantly. And maybe from your perspective, you could give some detail, explain a little bit about the projects at KST Innovation Center that were done in this direction.
Yeah, sure. So recently, because of the pandemic, obviously also many companies which would normally not be suited for studio production decided to go in the direction that they need studio production, that they need virtuality and virtual events. So recently, over the last 1.5 years, we had many corporate customers, for example, big energy companies like RWE, which invested into a virtual studio because they see the benefit. Of course, it's virtually, so no direct real contact of the persons, but also because the technology became affordable, and because of the clever combination of different technologies, very easy to handle. Our issue with corporate customers is always that they don't have trained broadcast engineers or broadcast people at all. So they don't know anything about cameras or whatsoever. If they are a photographer, that's the highest thing you can get in such a company, in the marketing department somewhere. So we had to find a way to make the whole thing. We had to find the technology and the way to make this whole thing accessible and easy to handle. And in combination with several different Panasonic products, I think we have a very good key-hand plug-and-play solution. So basically, I'm here myself. I'm the best example. I'm standing here in a virtual studio. So maybe, I don't know if we can switch to the green real quick, but actually I'm standing in a green screen room now, but have a large studio background. I have my presentation content behind me. And in the control room, there's actually just one guy who handles everything: cameras, video switching, background switching, and so on. And this is our goal, what we want to achieve with high grade of automation. So basically, here we combine everything. We have Panasonic PTZ cameras. I'm actually filmed by a Varicam on a robot right now. It's all controlled by Panasonic software, by the CamBot system. And then we have the central nerve system, which is the Kairos, the new Kairos platform. And this gives us a very good workflow, working hand in hand with the VR solution behind, which is zero density. So in the end, the customer, the corporate customer, they don't have to have any technical background or whatsoever. They just come to the studio, they just have one preset, launch situation A, that's it, and they can start right away. And this is very, very important for this non-real broadcast market, which opened now a lot because of the pandemic.
Good stuff.
Indeed. And regarding what you have covered now and about the KST studio, I would like to give a short demonstration to our attendees.
is it possible to have two persons sitting at the same desk even though they live 351 kilometers apart? Implementing 3D in our PTZ cameras have greatly contributed to make AR and VR affordable for many customers, with virtually no boundaries as virtual layouts can easily be changed to this one, or to that one, or our previous one.
Whose open architecture is a game changer for all customers involved in high-quality video production and delivery, be it live or in the studio.
Being resolution and format independent and providing an unlimited number of video layers in real time, Kairos also gives access to performances currently impossible to achieve with traditional hardware-based products.
More than one control panel connected to the system, those are all cool features.
Thanks to the robots, we have achieved a high degree of automation in our recording, with no operators in the studio, and with the operator just recalling the movements by pressing a button. Welcome to a new episode of Panasonic Live Video Series.
Guilhem.
Very nice. We are everywhere.
Yes, it was a bridge coming back.
Very nice.
So from Panasonic side and from Panasonic perspective, what do you see as a key technology and trends when it comes to video and studio production in 2021?
Well, first of all, I would say that what we have witnessed over the past few years, not years, months, but at least 1 year, is the growing importance of the broadcast and the media industry, let's say, as a medium to get contents across. And as a result, what we have seen is that there are more and more companies, more and more organizations that are looking to produce their own engaging content. And of course, they are using digital platforms to reach their audiences. It's what we call now kind of the new normal, but definitely increasing a lot. So the kind of growth that we have witnessed as well is for higher quality video contents from cameras that can be operated remotely, providing, of course, high picture quality, flexible operation, and also, most importantly, being cost effective as well. So to come back to the question about the technology drivers, I would say that key technology trends definitely include being able to do video production remotely, that's clear, and with automation, of course, doing streaming and securing data and transport, and of course, the use of virtual studios and robotic systems. Such, of course, as the PTZ cameras, robot arms, and so on. So, be it in the field or in the studio, basically the requirements from customers are basically the same. How to keep things interesting in terms of content, and how to find new, efficient, automatized, and optimized way to work, first of all, and to continue captivating the audience.
Yes, Felix, speaking about customers, maybe you could explain a little bit when it comes to the requirements from the customers at your sites, what any specific technology or any specific solution or challenge that is being requested to you?
Simple to say, the general request is to have an as low budget as possible with the best possible result for that budget. And this plays hand in hand with automation, obviously, because one of the biggest cost factors, especially for small studios, are the people. And by picking the right technology, Panasonic PTZs, Kairos, and so on, and the combination of it, we achieve a high grade of automation, making it possible to run such a studio just with one guy in the control room, or with 2 or 3 guys, instead of 13 for a big TV network. And to do that, we combine several technologies. So, for example, the CamBot system, which controls the cameras and light. The CamBot system goes hand in hand with the Kairos. So the Kairos basically, also this application here is running all on IP infrastructure, which is making things simpler, at least infrastructure-wise, and more flexible. The conventional work with SDI and copper cables is a bit too unflexible. Yeah. Best example here, I'm having an SDI camera that's brought to the ST2110 world. The image you see behind me is an NDI signal. My image, which is streamed to you, is an NDI signal, and that's all combined by Kairos. We have a large projection studio in the other room, which is utilizing the canvas function, and the possibility to combine all that is making a very flexible and easy to handle solution. And this is also, which is what is very important to our customers.
Great.
Speaking about combining solutions and bringing different technology all together, Guilhem, from Panasonic side, we have been talking about the smart live production concept.
Yep.
Could you please explain a little bit what it is about and some details?
Yeah, basically the smart live production is something we have highlighted in the live video series. I think you've posted the links because we are explaining very much in depth what we are doing in these videos, because it's always easier than to try to explain just over a PowerPoint or a presentation. So I really encourage everyone to watch these videos. They're very informative. And so they display what we can do with a smart live production. And let's clarify the concept first. A smart live production, basically behind that is the notion of Panasonic going beyond the development of simply making great products, let's say. So for many years now, we've been devoted really to enhancing the usability of the products, making integration into pre-existing systems easier, and this way providing, of course, also again cost efficiencies to the customers on top of that, because that's really needed today. So smart live production, or SLP, really sits at the forefront of our strategy as of today. That's clear, and our product portfolio for that is already quite wide. We have, of course, the PT set cameras, system or studio cameras, tracking systems, switchers. We have the IP platform, Kairos, as mentioned. And of course, in addition to that, we have all the professional displays and projectors at the other end, let's say, so that we can provide this kind of glass-to-glass solution from start to finish. And just as let's say, a product example, I would like to talk a bit about Kairos again, because it's a processing platform, so it means that it can really sit at the center of the smart live production ecosystem, let's say, because it connects all the products together, and it can be used for several applications instead of just being one product focused on one single task. So really the goal also is to create more value for the users, and create more value for customers, whether they work in studio environments or live event. Clearly, we have made it our purpose to ensure that our customers no longer have to adapt to our products or solutions, but it's our product and solution that adapt to the customer's environment and needs. This is really what's behind SLP.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving this overview and explanation. Coming back to augmented reality and virtual reality, Olga, do you see any potential for that at the RTS studios? Or again, you're muted.
Yes, we are in process of implementing our augmented reality in one of our studios, and we are now dealing with all the challenges, but the main challenge is to find someone that will do the graphics that is very good and that is good for our program. And at this time, it's probably going to be someone outside our RTS, because we don't have that many people that can do things like that. But first we will technically install that, and then we will deal with this, what is, I think, maybe even more important.
Okay, understood. Good luck with the new project. And hopefully for the next session,
Yeah.
we will hear more details
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Felix, what do you think is the future of the studio? Where is it? Where are we going?
So yeah, we said since years that IP is the future, and yeah, that was just hovering somewhere in the future over years. And I think now with SE2110, with NDI, SRT, with the Kairos platform, we're finally there. And this is a big step. And of course, now the infrastructure and also the knowledge in the market has to grow in that direction. Yeah. So basically, yeah, as I already said, now the broadcast guys have to get knowledge in the IT sector, and the IT guys have to get knowledge in the broadcast sector. So this will require a bit of tinkering and thinking and talking. But I think this is definitely one of the core technologies for the future. That combined with VR and XR and AR technologies, because that makes things just so much more simple, because I don't have to have a stage around me. I can use this one studio for multiple applications. I basically can do anything I want. I can have, combined with tracking technology, have interactivity and so on. And this is something which is developing itself tremendously fast at the moment. So this is definitely a hot topic for the future.
Yes.
Agreed.
And Guilhem, so as Felix mentioned, the shift towards IP is being accelerated, and especially now from Panasonic side. How does Panasonic support the customers in this direction?
Well, I cannot agree more with Felix. IP has started a few years ago. It's far from being fully implemented everywhere, but definitely the way to go. And of course, we have detected this trend. This trend many years ago already. We've been incorporating IP technologies in the product for a long time. To give some examples, we have now ST2110 in our studio cameras. We've been implementing NDI, SRT, RTMP, and so on in our PTZ cameras. So basically, our products can connect very easily to any IP, I would say, ecosystem. And we've been also the first manufacturer really to incorporate NDI and SRT in the camera. And as of today, this strategy has paid off, because they are now the best tools to be used for remote production and streaming applications on the market. So something like SRT is quite important, because these kind of protocols, they can achieve great picture quality over a network, protecting against jitter, packet loss, and so on. But also they can encrypt data for higher confidentiality and protection, because it's also now a topic when it comes to do protections remotely and so on. So we have implemented all these tools. And of course, the ultimate IP/IT tool that we have at the moment, as mentioned, is Kairos. It's fully IP-based. It's designed with ST2110 in mind. So it's obviously ready for full IP production. And we really believe that Kairos, just as Felix mentioned, really enables this kind of productivity for broadcast studios and live events. You can take all your components, you can virtualize them, and so on. It's really an extremely strong platform. And it will also help customers to do this transition from baseband to IP workflows. Obviously, it's going to take years, but we are definitely helping into that direction.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to say that we are on time. We still have 5 minutes, and
Great.
In case there are any questions from our viewers and from the audience, please raise them in the chat, and we, in case we have not covered it yet in our discussion and in the questions from my side. So please raise them, and we try to answer it. Yes, so one more question probably from my side still. Felix, you briefly already talked about robotics and automation. Maybe you could explain a little bit more about the benefits and why we should go this way.
Yeah, sure. So actually, there are several reasons. The first keyword is the high grade of automation, which means that you can handle more camera systems, more reliable, with less persons, and in a more stable and better way. Also, the combination with tracking technology. If you have a robotic camera, for example, like the PTZs or the arms, we have the very, very big advantage that they do tracking on their own, internal tracking, highly precisely. And this is very great for studio applications with hand cameras. You have to have an external tracking system and so on, which is making it more complicated. And I think the combination, just the synergy between the effects that you have, the tracking, the automation, and so on, just makes the camera solution itself, great.
I think we've covered everything. It was so clear that there was no questions.
Yes, so that
maybe I have a little addition to make. We just briefly, some of you guys scratched remote possibilities and so on. Of course, with the high grade of automation, with the steering software and with Kairos, we are also able to do true remote production, which is a thing which we do for customers from time to time. So from our control room here in the Innovation Center, we can actually do the shows in their places. Which is a very good, especially during the pandemic times, obviously, a very good thing. So they don't have to have a big control room on their side. We could just do everything remotely from here or from other sides.
Cool. And we are on time as true broadcast professionals.
We've got a question. So let me read. Do you think that security cameras come into the new events can make troubles in the broadcast?
Well, it's basically a different topic because CCTV cameras are not designed at providing the best picture quality and color reproduction. They are great products for what they do. They have great algorithm inside that makes them great for their own usage. When it comes to broadcast, and let's say streaming and covering events, people are really expecting high color reproduction accuracy, high sensitivity, and stuff like that. So it's basically two different spaces, not really competing, two different applications, I would say.
Okay. Then I would like to thank everybody who attended our session, and first of all, our speakers, Olga, Felix, and Guilhem. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks to all.
Thanks for having us.
In case you would like to get in touch with our guests today, please use networking opportunity, and please enjoy the rest of the event. And would like to play another video.
Because that's what we do.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
These features support the creation of hybrid worlds whereby both the physical and the digital world can be bridged together when used in a virtual environment such as this.
We were looking to bring broadcast-style technology virtual.
The combination means we have a three-dimensional tracking system that allows the real world and the virtual world to be mapped.
Kairos is a next-generation live production platform that enables unprecedented productivity for broadcast studios and for live events.
What the Kairos does is bring all of those feeds together in one place, one interface that's really easy for techs to use.
But we're when working in virtual, using things like NDI and IP would allow us to stream data directly from cameras into a virtual environment.
Safe, efficient, and flexible environments for work and collaboration.
Where cameras, robotic systems, and live switchers are connected on the network.
The use of virtual reality can help presenters close social distancing gaps that we currently have to work with.
Robotic camera systems enable smoother and more intricate movements that can easily be managed remotely from intuitive and centralized software platforms.
The complete industry is going in direction IP. And with Kairos, we have nearly unlimited possibilities regarding this IP-based signal flow.
Thanks for watching, stay well, and see you soon.